Yo, what is going on, everybody? So welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be asking, can Barry Bonds be a Hall of Famer, and why? So before we get started into today's video, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, to help me rank on my YouTube and for the algorithm to help push out my new videos. And also hit the subscribe button down below with the notification bell on so you guys will be instantly notified when I upload a new video or multiple videos or a couple of live streams. If anyone is interested in getting Philly Sports Podcast merch, my Teespring store will be linked down below in the description. Also, you can follow my podcast series, Sports Talk Podcast, every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll leave a link to the playlist down below. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Philly Podcast YT and Instagram at Philly Sports 97 for more additional content or updates to the channel. Before I start this video, we just finally hit 100. We finally hit that 100 subscriber mark, so I'm going to be hosting a live drawing giveaway on my channel on Wednesday night. I'll leave that link to that stream down below. So I really hope to see everyone there. But with that being said, let's hop right into it. So, baseball fans, this is a kind of an interesting debate topic. Do you think Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer? I'm going to give you my my side of things. Look, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was a thing called the steroid era. And, we had Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, guys like that were hitting, home runs left and right, correct? Yeah. But the fact, and, obviously, when it comes to the home run race, it was Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, and then Barry Bonds was basically chasing history, trying to break Babe Ruth's home run record of 716 home runs. But the issue was that him and like a few other handful of players were accused of taking steroids. Obviously, pitchers were doing the same thing or doing their own version of, that up till today. It was called foreign substances. But what people don't realize is how good of a hitter Barry Bonds really was. And not to mention, he revolutionized, bringing a new type of wood, basically a new type of wood bat in the Major League Baseball. So from the 70s up till the late 90s, early 2000s, people were using ash bats. What ash bats are, they're more like contact hitters. Basically, it's like a contact hitter's bat, with the grains actually stretched out, where people, if you can barrel it up, you can barrel it up 100% of the time. But what Barry Bonds what he did, he brought in a sand bat, which was a heavy maple bat, which revolutionized how, what brand of type of wood bats people were using. People will often, say, oh, Barry Bonds should not be a Hall of Famer because he used PEDs. That doesn't really matter. You had some cheaters in the Hall of Fame. Think about it, because Ty Cobb was a dirty player. Did some dirty stuff back in his time. This is what I think, and I give you my reasons why. But I just think people would just take this out of proportions. I say, oh, the PED stuff. I feel like people are just using it as an excuse, or just kind of using it as oh, it's going to tarnish it. People don't realize how good, a great hitter Barry Bonds was, even during his time when he was a skinny player for the Pittsburgh Pirates back in the day. It's just really insane to think about. But yeah, I think him and Roger Clemens, during that time, I feel like should be at this point in their lives, should be Hall of Famers, no matter how you look at it, PED use or not. It's I just don't understand. I don't know. People just don't realize, how good of a player he was. But I want to read you some stats during his time. Career-wise, he has a 162.7 WAR with 9,847 at bats, 2,935 hits, 762 home runs, which is a major league record, by the way, and a career batting average of .298. But he was a left fielder. But it's he started his career in 1986 at the age of 21, from with the Pittsburgh Pirates, which he made his debut from 1986 all the way to 1992. So basically, he spent 6 seasons in Pittsburgh. Then, from 1993 all the way to 2007, he spent the majority of his career with the San Francisco Giants. And now, obviously, he was the hitting coach for the Miami Marlins at one point in his life. Then he had his number retired by the Giants, which I thought was a pretty nice, touching. No one should ever wear the number 25 for the Giants ever again, unless you want to do some sort of like a memorial thing, like kind of like Jackie Robinson Day kind of thing. But he was a prolific home run hitter. Now, obviously, and which is funny because in his career, he has a career total stolen bases of 514 stolen bases, and he was caught 141 times. That's insane. Like, I would never expect Barry Bonds be a base stealer during his career. It's insane. It's 2007 was his age 42 season. So, after that, he spent 22 seasons in the major leagues, with only 2 teams. Pittsburgh, when he got drafted in 1986, made his debut in 1986, and then he ended his career with the San Francisco Giants in 2007. I just enjoy, I may not be a fan of what Barry Bonds did, but he was fun to watch back in the day, in the early 2000s. He had, like I mentioned earlier in the beginning, he had Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, going on a home run power surge. And that's what it was. But maybe that's just my kind of takes on it. But what do you guys think? Do you think Barry Bonds should be a Hall of Famer? Let me know in the comments down below. But with that being said, this is Robert from the Philly Sports Podcast. I'll see you guys in the next video.